I think we are live here, Barrett.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back. I'm here with the Barrett from Turin grinder, okay, and also known as espresso outlet as well. So
Yeah.
Barrett's joining us this morning. We are going to talk about CF, Turin CF64. Okay,
DF64.
yeah, CF. So, and I mean, we talked earlier today. I mean, people don't like the look of it.
It's been kind of weird. It's been like kind of 50-50 on
Okay.
some people don't like the look, some people they think it looks really nice.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I like the look. Okay. So Barry has the black one, and I have the white one. Okay.
You haven't unboxed yet? Yeah, you do. Okay.
Yeah. I just unboxed that a few minutes ago. So I have a white one and black one. And also, I have the DF64V as well, sitting right here, too. Okay. Hold on. Let me show you guys.
Mine.
Okay. So comes to size, compares, it's about the same size,
Yeah,
right?
they're pretty
About the same.
similar in size.
And then it comes to form factor, it's about it's slightly bigger for the CF, okay, versus yeah, it's kind of like it's wider, right? Yeah, it's a
Yeah, a little
little more
bit.
length, yeah, a little more lengthier as well. So I see underneath, is that fan on the bottom, Barrett? Is that
The
fan or
fan? I don't think so. I think it's just
okay?
ventilation.
It's just a ventilation, okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously DF64V does not have ventilation. Yeah, not like that. Yeah. So comes to power wise, Barrett, 400 watt, right? 400 watt.
400 watts on this new CF64,
Yep,
300 watts on the older one.
that's
The
right. Yeah, the
it's
DF.
300.
Uh-huh.
This one's a little bit more powerful. You can
More
see
powerful.
just making sure you can see in my camera. It has quite a
Mhm.
bit of room for a pretty big motor in there.
Yeah, it is. 400
Has a
watt is pretty. Yeah.
knocker,
Yep.
has the ion gen.
Yep.
I forgot I have MP Burrs in this. I mean, it is
Okay.
like 64 millimeter. I did swap. I'm going to put the
Hmm.
stock ones back in, but I did it for
Okay.
some videos. So really easy to get to. A little bit different design. Like on this one,
Hmm.
it unscrews the whole
Hmm.
top, but this one has 4 screws, but the whole mechanism comes out. And it's kind of like a cross between the 83V
Yes.
and I don't know. It's a little bit different of a design, but it's not. I like it. I think it's pretty smart the way they did it.
Okay.
Personally,
So is our CF comes with a DRC burst?
yeah, they come with the DLC stock.
Okay. DRC as stock, not like DF64.
Yeah,
DF64 is optional.
yeah, they're optional on that.
Yeah, but this one is okay. So tell me something, Barry. So uh CF and the DF, they're same price, right? About $500.
Yeah, they're about 500 each,
Yeah, 500.
499.
Yeah, 499. So I mean, what's the reason people should look at CF over DF?
So I mean, the DF, I've always really liked the design of the DF.
Hmm.
The DF, they've added like the ion gen, and
Okay.
I feel like it's done a pretty good job. It does have the variable RPM, so this also is the variable RPM, but it
Yep.
has this horizontal design. It
Hmm.
has a feed screw, so it's just a little bit
Okay.
more consistent to
Okay.
feed beans in instead of like these. They kind of want to popcorn around,
That's
as
right.
you've probably seen. This one, I mean, it might do that a little bit, but it's just going to be popping off that
Okay.
auger. It's not going to be popping off the burrs themselves. So
I
I'd
mean,
say the main thing is just having a nice feed screw that consistently
mm-hmm.
feeds. It's not really a pre-breaker. It
That's
may
right.
break some of your beans, but basically it's just a updated version of this that has this little bit
Yep.
different design.
So I mean, it's nice feeder, right? I mean, obviously, it's not an auger, guys. It's not an auger like EK43.
No,
Okay, but this is like more like feeder, similar to DF83V, perhaps, right?
yeah, it's
Similar.
pretty
Yeah,
similar to that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna break something, but yeah, but still, a whole lot better than uh, DF. That's for sure. Okay,
yeah.
comes to feeding the beans wise,
Hmm.
and then comes to RPM. Okay, is I mean, I know you're working for Turin. Is there any way you can go even lower RPM? The starting at 8 to 1800 RPM. Can you go to like 400 RPM? Is that
So
possible for design wise?
just from a design standpoint, you have to go with a larger motor, and
Okay.
with the flat burrs, you're gaining a lot less than you do with
Hmm.
conicals. So a lot of the
That's right.
conicals, it may go down to like 100 RPMs,
I
and the
know.
conicals, they don't really have as much torque put on the burr
Yeah,
compared to these flat ones.
that's right.
So they've kind of capped it at 800. I feel like
Hmm.
you can go pretty low. Like I have the MP in this, and I did some drip coffee.
Yeah.
They're not even broken in yet, but I mean,
Okay.
it does really good job. Just
Okay.
that classic SSPMP. And
Hmm.
going down to the 800 RPM, I mean, you can just look in the cup.
Yep.
And it's just like there's like no fines in there. And when I did a V60, it was nice and clean. So
Hmm.
having that, but no, you really can't go that much slower.
Okay.
Unfortunately, with the flat, I'm sure you could if you went with like a really big motor or, um, yeah, probably a lot bigger motor.
I mean, like what, like 600 to 800 watt, perhaps?
Maybe it'd
Yeah.
be hard to say. It'd probably take some
Yeah.
test.
Sure. I mean, but I mean, again, I mean, overall, I mean, I like the form factor.
Yeah, it's
Remind me of the Ode, Fella Ode, right?
yeah, a little bit of the ode. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I thought when I saw it.
Uh-huh.
This design's been around forever. Like I got, here, let's flip it around.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got this red grinder right here. I mean, the design's been around for 100 years.
Yep.
This is how you can make it better. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like with your ode, it's just a little
Yeah.
bit of a cheap mechanism. This
Yep.
has this really robust metal mechanism on the inside. And I know there's some others out there like Time War and such that
Sure.
they've made it a lot better than the ode, I guess. The ode,
Yep. That.
it's a filter grinder. This
Mm-hmm.
can do espresso or filter.
That's right. And that comes to okay, so comes to alignment from the factory. They're pretty true, or do you have any issues with it?
I did test mine, and I
Okay.
mean, it was pretty standard. I mean, that
Okay.
90% wipe at least.
Okay.
I did a burr swap. I did have to
Mm-hmm.
shim the MP burrs a little
Yep.
bit, but I pretty much always do. So when I put them back, I'll probably shim the other ones.
Okay.
It did really good out of the box. It was pulling some really nice shots.
And but I mean, I was pretty impressed with the DLC birds.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like the DLC quite a
Yeah.
bit because they offer quite a bit of body, but they also
Yeah.
offer just that little bit of clarity that you don't get on some burrs.
I mean, I mean, price is right too, right? Comes with the stock, stock as a DLC. I mean, compared to SSP, it's like $180. Okay,
Yeah,
180. So,
we're actually looking to get the same. The difference between the stainless and the DLC,
mhm,
it's the same metallurgy, it's the same cut geometry. So really, at the end of the day, they're going to perform more or less the
mhm.
same. It's just you get a little bit less coefficient of friction with that DLC. And we've actually been looking into getting some like titanium nitrate of the exact
Okay.
same burrs. So you have it's kind of like an SSPHU in a lot of ways.
Okay, so comes to quality control. Okay, comes to
Mhm.
quality control in from the Torrent factory. How much are you involved with that? I mean, it comes to alignment wise. Um,
Um,
I mean,
really,
is that
we don't
okay?
really do much with it
Okay.
if it's not coming from the factory very good. I mean, we may
Mm,
have to, but everyone that we've pulled at random, and it's just, in my opinion, gotten better through the years.
okay.
I know in the early days, maybe they're like a little bit
Sure.
less aligned from the factory,
Mm,
but even like when you pull a lot of these apart to swap burrs, they'll have a factory shim in there that I peel
yeah.
off, put like an SSP burr in, and start at zero. So
I mean, people are wonder about, alignment from again, I mean, so this is more like, I mean, so this is the affordable grinders,
yeah,
the world of uh the high-end grinders, right? So this, even though this $600, 599 or 499, 499, 599.
499 right
It's
now. I think it's gonna be 550. I don't
yeah.
remember.
So this is the
It's
$500 grinder,
500
okay?
bucks.
And if you're spending $1,500, you expect to be, pretty much
Well,
perfect. Yeah.
and even like I
Yeah.
got this EK over here, and they're pretty
Sure.
notorious for being
Oh, no, no. I mean,
really,
yeah.
really bad alignment, and it's like 3,000 bucks.
But
So
EK is, yeah, I mean, EK is a different
it's kind
story.
of funny how,
Yeah.
and I had a Mount Koenig, it was real bad
Yeah.
too.
No.
And so you just
But
never know.
I mean, but if you're buying like P64 from optional or
Yeah, those are
Zono,
going to
yeah,
come
I mean,
probably more meticulously aligned.
exactly, because you have
Yeah.
to, because you demand for that. Okay,
Yep.
you demand for that. But if you're expecting $500 for grinder, I mean, this is pretty much good as get. I mean,
Yeah.
so comes to DF grinder, I think this is the best one. It comes to feature wise. I mean, check
It's
out the
pretty
box
jam
there.
packed for
Yeah,
$500. Has, like I said, the knocker. It
the
seems to
knocker
be
on the
pretty
bottom
easy
as
to
well. Yeah,
use. It's a similar dosing cup design.
yep.
I like the ears personally. I know some
Hmm.
people kind of are hit or miss on if they
That's
like
right.
dosing cups with ears. And you can also let me grab a portafilter.
Sure. And
And
also you can do direct dosing too.
it's pretty clean.
Yeah, you can do direct dosing as you can see, but yeah, I think most likely I'm going to be using more with dosing cup, you know,
I pretty
than
much always
direct
use the
dosing.
dosing cup.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, that's for sure.
Has the RPM and
Hmm.
a power switch on this side, and takes a
That's
second
right.
to turn
Yep.
off. But a lot of people,
Yep.
they were saying on some of the other grinders, like this
Hmm.
one, that it was annoying at night, or they just
Hmm.
wanted to turn it off. So it has a power switch, and then it has the
Yep.
main button to turn it on and off on the other
Sure.
side, similar to the 83V or
Yep.
64V.
Yep. Okay. So, I mean, so people's looking at both grinders, right? DF versus CF is about the same price range.
At this time, it is, yeah.
Yeah, this time right now. And then obviously 400 watt from the CF versus 300 watt. So people, I don't know. So which means I mean if you're buying grinder right now, Barrett, you go with the CF or DF personally.
That's a tough one. These both pretty much for me perform the same.
Okay.
I think it's how do you want your workflow?
Mm-hmm.
And if your workflow, like this isn't the stock one, but I mean, I have like a blind shaker. You can have a
Yep.
dosing cup.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to have all these things that move around, it might not be the workflow that you're looking for.
Sure.
For this one, I mean, it might be a little bit easier of a workflow. You can
Okay.
throw it in, and it
Mm-hmm.
just really depends. I'd
Yep.
say that's probably the biggest difference is the workflow.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's not that noticeable because I think
Okay.
every grinder has a little bit different of a workflow
Okay.
regardless. And I don't know. I like them both. I think they both perform really well. They're pretty easy to maintain and clean, like the
That's
magnetic
right.
chute. And
Yep. That's true. But this one does not come separated, right? For the shoots here.
no, this one doesn't
Yeah.
have a chute that comes off.
Exactly. I mean, I know DF83 does, the V
Yeah,
does.
it does.
So it comes to DF83 versus DF64, the CF64, pretty much the similar style in a way, right? Has a the pre-breaker as well.
Yeah, it's
The feeder, I
fairly
say.
similar on the
Yeah.
inside. The DF83 has kind of like this round
Yep. The
mechanism
round.
that went
Yep.
in there, and the new one, it's pretty cool design on how they
Hmm.
did it.
Yep.
It actually just has this nice piece of cast aluminum that screws in. And
Exactly
why I
correct.
like that is people would unscrew the front of their DF83 when they were
Hmm.
actually adjusting the the adjustment mechanism.
Yep.
And on this one, it doesn't do that because it's screwed in.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have that issue. I never really had that issue with the 83, but I have
Mm-hmm.
seen it happen. And I think people just have to get used to it.
So again, man, I mean, comes to DF grinders, man. You got so many of them right now.
Quite a
Okay.
few. Yeah. We have
Yeah,
the we have the 54, we have the 64 Gen 2,
that's right.
the 83, the 83V, the 64V, and now the
I
CF64V.
know.
So should
And
have
then
a flavor for about everyone.
what about conical? You guys, I know you guys working on conical birds yet?
Yeah, actually we are,
Okay.
and can't tell a whole lot about it, but
Okay.
it's gonna be big conical. So I'm pretty
Okay. So
excited about that. Um, it'll be interesting. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Kind
yeah,
of
because
similar to this style of grinder.
Okay.
but
Yeah,
it's
because
going to be conical.
I mean, even nice to you guys come up with at least 83. Okay, 83
Yeah.
be nice. Give me at least 83. And
How
then what
big is
about
the niche? 60,
the
60,
niche? Yeah, that's the niche is 63.
63.
Okay, and it
Yeah.
seems like everybody has 63.
Yeah.
Even my hand grinder is 63
Yeah.
millimeters. So yeah, so 83 be really nice to see from you guys.
I believe we're
And
going with 83. That's just the hint.
and then,
So.
but comes to bird design, I don't know. You guys are going to use you guys come up to your own bird design, or you guys get the
It's going to
Mazar
be
bird?
probably based off of a Mauser Burr.
Mazar, good.
I
Okay,
mean,
yeah,
that's really what like the niche is a Mauser Burr, and
exactly. It's all
um,
Mazar, right?
like
Even
compact K10. It's
yep,
actually a Mauser. I forget which one. It's the big Mauser
and
83
and also Weber as well. Weber key grinder,
Weber
also
key.
yeah, also Mazar as well. So, I mean, as long as you guys similar to that, I think you're gonna be
It's going to be
okay.
similar. I don't know if they're going to
Yeah,
be Mauser brand, but like I don't
sure.
think the Weber is. So it's just going to
Yeah,
be kind of like the DF64 Burrs, in my
yep,
opinion, made by that manufacturer. I haven't actually seen the Burrs. I just know that it's supposed to
yep.
be based off that kind of classic Mauser design.
Okay, since you guys are since you're I'm here with Barrett. Uh, what about lever machine? You guys are working on lever machine too?
So we're kind of looking at two different ones.
Okay,
One is kind of boutique, and Joe has it.
okay,
It's one that we found online, and it's really
mm,
cool how it works. You can kind of run it in three different ways. So the
okay,
most base model would be like the flare,
yeah,
but it's an actual spring lever.
okay,
It's going to be quite a bit more expensive because I mean it's very high build quality.
okay,
And the middle of the road one has some heating elements, and it can actually draw water out of a tank, but it's
okay,
not preheated. So
okay,
you can use a kettle or you can preheat it. And then the biggest model, it actually has a little small boiler in the back to preheat the
okay.
water. And it's probably most similar to the Argos, but it's much nicer. And I think I've
Nice.
used an
Okay,
Argos,
yeah.
and I really like the Argos. So it's really hard to say that the Argos is bad because I really think
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty amazing. And then we're looking more kind of like potentially a lever machine, more like the who makes it.
Cremina type or
No, it's going to be more like the Synchrona. Is that the
okay,
one?
okay. So that's who makes a lever. Let's say Profitec makes one.
It's probably going to be like the
Profitec.
Profitec one. I
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
Quick Mill has one as well. So I
That's
mean, we're
right.
looking at a couple different
Hmm.
designs, and we'll be getting some of those samples. We have one of
Okay,
them already. It's very cool. Joe's posted it on our Facebook.
okay. So you got sounds like you got a lot coming
A
as
lot
well.
coming.
A lot coming.
Obviously, I mean, I have all the stuff out on the bench. The Gallatin R. Now, the problem with the R right now is there's a shortage on pumps. I mean, the pumps are
Okay,
from Italy.
okay,
So we're waiting on pumps, which will kind of delay this machine a little bit. But it has the flow control and it has the
okay.
rotary pump. Other than that, it's basically the same as the other Gallatin.
Okay, so you
Um,
said okay, so internal parts you guys get it from Italy? Like the pump from
Most of
Italy?
the internal
Okay.
parts and these components, not all of them, but
Sure.
quite a few components are like Italian. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the Gallatin over here. It
That
has an Olka pump in it.
that's
This one
right.
has a Fluidotech, which is
Okay.
basically similar to like this one right here. So
Okay.
it's some pretty nice components on the inside. I think people are a little bit surprised at the price. Um, I'm blanking on there. There's essentially the same machine as this
Yeah.
under another manufacturer. Well, that manufacturer makes that machine for them and just puts a badge on it, and they charge a lot more. So very high quality stuff. Nice joysticks. This one's not plugged in right now, but
Yep.
I really liked the Gallatin for $1,200. So this will be our mid tier one, and then we'll have a more upper tier one, which is going to be just a little bit bigger, and
Hmm.
it's going to be a dual boiler, but it's
Yeah.
going to look the same, like sub $2,000.
So you're looking at sub 2 grand for what? Rotary pump and dual boiler
Rotary pump, dual boiler, flow control,
and
joysticks,
yep. Obviously PID as well.
PID.
Man. and the temp. I'm obviously PID. So wow, under 2 grand. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
It's pretty legitimate because
Hmm.
like this machine here is it's not a very good angle, sorry. But I
What
mean
is it?
that's over $3,000. Like your Bianca's over three thousand
Oh yeah.
dollars. And I feel like the build on this is pretty pretty remarkable for what you're paying.
Okay, so how can you convince people out there, right? We have to convince people that hey, it's a German-made ECM or Profatec or
Yeah,
Italian-made compared to Chinese-made,
I
and
mean I
because
hear that all the time.
mhm,
It it just kind of is what it is because a lot of these
okay,
manufacturers they do source like a lot of parts from China, Japan.
that's right.
You have like Guy car parts, you have
Yeah.
the EM parts. So
Mm-hmm.
they're used in these machines. It's really
Mm-hmm.
just a matter of where it's manufactured.
Yep.
And I've always kind of joked like the Profitec stuff, the body. Personally, I don't like the look, and I know a
Okay.
lot of people aren't going to like that. But the build on the inside is very good, and
Sure.
the Profitec, like the Pro 500 or whatever, it's
Yeah.
almost identical as this Quick Mill on the inside. It's like
That's
the
right.
parts are almost a
Yeah.
mirror. One's made in Italy, one's made in Germany. Kind of the same deals going on here, where it's all the same parts. There are going to be some
Yeah.
company and country specific parts, but I mean, their PIDs, they're not making their PIDs, they're not making
Hmm.
their flow controls, they're not making their
Yeah.
gauges and stuff. So I feel like I've always been a big Italian espresso machine
Hmm.
fan, and I feel like their quality is just their quality, their innovation isn't really growing; it's going backwards. And I feel like China, of all places, like China or not, they've really made leaps and bounds of some just really innovative stuff. So like this, I mean, it's an E61 machine. It's been around forever, but like the Wendugi, I know a lot of people compare it to the Decent, but it's nowhere close to the Decent in my opinion. It's a very different machine. It's
Hmm.
very innovative, and it's Chinese made, and it's loaded with Italian and Japanese parts.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's something I'm really looking forward to, digging more about that one. Okay. And what about the tariff? Are we having issues with the tariff for you guys are getting?
So it's going to be 5 to 10%, and I
Okay.
don't really think it's going to affect it that much.
Okay.
On our Kaleido roasters, we've
Mm.
increased the price on pre-orders that we haven't received yet because
Okay.
we haven't paid that tariff yet. Um, some people worry like, oh, I have a pre-order that's a month old, and it's like, well, we're
Yeah.
not going to say give me more money. So it just is what it is on those. But I do imagine probably across the board, regardless of where it comes from, probably about a
Yeah.
5% increase, unfortunately. But
I know. I mean, yep. Because even a lot of coffee supply company in US, they make announcements already. A few other vendors in US, they say, hey,
yeah,
I think they're starting end of this month, automatically, 5 or 10% increase. So
yeah,
I mean, that's not new to you guys. I think it's most
no.
vendors are doing it.
And honestly, not not getting political here, but
Sure.
there's a lot of countries that they already have pretty high tariffs,
Yeah.
and you're already paying like we are
Yep.
like you wouldn't believe the amount of money that we pay to buy stuff from China as it is.
Yep.
So the 5%, I mean, it's a lot and it sucks, but other countries do the exact same. It's Italy. It's been going on since forever.
You know what?
It's
I mean,
really in everyone's face right now for whatever reason, and it does suck. But
we have friends in living in Bulgaria. Okay.
okay,
I mean, he told me about, their gosh, the value added tax and all their
oh
crazy
yeah,
amounts, how much they're paying.
crazy.
30, 40%,
Yeah.
30 or 40%. So anyway, I
So
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
it's unfortunate when it's been pretty low for a while,
Yeah.
but I think long term it's not going to be that big of an impact.
Okay. Okay. So, again, so back to CF. So you guys are on stock right now. People needs to pre-order.
Yeah, these we actually have in
Yeah.
black, white,
Okay.
and gray. I have the
Yep.
black one. This is like one of the first ones made,
Okay.
and you got a white one.
Yep. I got white one.
I haven't seen the gray personally yet, but I've
Okay.
seen the black and the white. So there
Okay.
is a gray. The white and the gray, they're going to be a lot fewer of. Black seems to be what sells.
Yep.
So if you're wanting white or gray, I'd probably hop on that. Black,
Yeah.
we have a
Yep.
lot in stock. I mean,
I mean,
we have several hundred
so
of each.
so people go to your website and they can buy it now.
Yeah, you can buy it right now today. It'll ship, I
Oh, they're
believe,
gonna ship.
Monday.
Wow. Okay. I mean, again, that comes to price wise. I mean, it's very competitive. $500. I mean, personally, if I have a choice between DF versus CF, I think I go with the CF for the price. And make sure you get the black one. Okay, make sure black one for sure. White ones, unless if you have a like white coffee machine. Okay, I can. It makes sense, but yeah. I mean, if you're gonna buy one, I think I go to black. Yeah, I mean, black looks really nice. What Barrett has right now.
Yeah,
So
my home setup's white, so
yeah.
just kind of whatever fits what you got.
Again, so I mean, so pretty much in a way, 400 watts more powerful than regular DF grinder. Okay, has a knocker and obviously RPM control as well. Has a they have a like feeder, a nice feeder. Okay, to the grind your coffee. It's not an auger, it's not a true auger, but it just feeds it, so you don't have give you somewhat uniform grind size. Definitely better than direct. Okay, that's for sure. I mean, looks good. Yeah, small. I mean, I like it. Okay, I mean, I cannot wait to start
Man,
brewing
you
it.
like it?
Oh yeah, I mean, I like the
I'm
look of
just
it.
giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I like the look of it, but I'm not at crazy about white. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, this is a. But the I like the first impression. Let's put it that way.
That's good. That's good to hear.
And
I
then let's just start. Bring some coffee with it next week and see what
Okay.
happens. I may change my mind. I say, hey,
You might not like it tomorrow.
yeah, I
But
mean, I like it tomorrow, but right now, I like it. I mean, by the way, I really like the Gen 2 of your DF 64V.
yeah,
So much
yeah,
nicer than Gen 1.
Gen 1.
Okay, Gen 1 was a static monster.
Very
Okay.
similar, but definitely the static difference is
Oh
night
my God. Oh yeah.
and
I
day.
mean, this one is also single piece rather than double piece
Yeah,
as well.
and the double piece was nice when you didn't have the ion because you could just pop that top off, but
Yeah,
it was a little bit awkward when you're trying to pull
I
that
know.
off and you're dropping them everywhere. So that
Yeah,
one piece
yeah.
comes off really nice.
And I think it seems I don't know, it seems smooth for some reason. It seems and also has the what's that called? The slow is that slow feeder? What's the name of that? That little
Yeah, it has a
plate.
slow feed disc,
Yeah,
and
the disc,
they
like
had the
right?
option on the first one, and it
Yep.
really was more of a popcorning thing. I mean,
Exactly. Yep.
it caused a lot of issues, so we didn't actually end up importing them with those.
Yep.
And it doesn't look that much different, but they've widened the mouth quite a bit. And this newer version, I think it works a lot better than that old one.
And so this one has also popcorn stopper as well, and then the disc. So yeah, it's not come out right. Can you pop it
Yeah,
out? Okay, so you gotta really pop it out here. There we go. So this one has yeah. So this one like stop popcorning, and inside has yep. Barry's going to show you right there.
hopefully you can see
Has
it.
yeah has a disc inside. I think that's what niche. Do you remember? Do you have a niche grinder?
No, I don't have one
Okay,
anymore.
so yeah, I mean niche come up with that disc, way back when too. So yeah. All right, Barrett.
Got anything else for today? Anyone? I haven't been watching any of the questions, so
I mean, people are asking about the DF83 versus DF64, and
yeah, they're
let's
just
see.
different. It's really kind of hard to say. I mean, it's just a very different design.
Hmm.
I do like the way that they designed the hopper on this quite a
Yeah.
bit. It's like this monolithic piece of plastic, and it kind of like goes towards you and then goes
Yeah.
backwards. So it's almost like a secondary anti popcorn. I think it's
Hmm.
really cool design. The mechanism is kind of the same, but the way that it's mounted in the grinder is probably the main
Yep.
thing different.
Yep. And then we have someone talking about the AliExpress. And here's the thing about that buying from AliExpress. I bet you all depend on the where you're getting from. And you may get a similar products, okay, and then you're gonna be happy with it. You may not, but and the benefit of buying from the local or in states, customer service, right?
Yeah,
I
we
mean, I mean
try.
that's I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why you are buying, paying extra for customer service. And because with the AliExpress, I buy a lot of stuff from AliExpress. Whatever looked at, oh wow, that's very similar to what I have,
Yeah.
but it's like 30 or 40% off. The great price, but
Even the Legato, I mean, you can go buy the Legato on AliExpress, but it's the same body. It's not the same
yeah.
espresso machine. All the boilers are smaller.
Mm.
The board is different. That's why it's cheaper. So,
And but again, I mean, but you don't know until you actually get it.
yeah,
Okay, start playing with it, and if you don't like it, I mean, God, have fun
that's
returning
it.
it.
You're not
That's
returning
not.
it.
Yeah, they're a nightmare to return. So I mean, at least buying from people like Espresso Outlet or Turin, you can just you guys have what 30-day warranty on it?
We do 30-day returns.
Okay, so I mean, just like any other
Yeah.
vendors in US, they usually give you 30 days anyway.
Yeah, we
So
want you to like it. Make sure that you like it and that it works
yeah,
for you. Some people, it just doesn't work for them, or it's not what
yeah,
they thought it was. So, I mean, we'll obviously take those products back, no problem. Or if they want to try something else, we can
yeah.
figure out something else.
Again, I mean, if you're using like I don't know, I mean, if you're using a very entry level grinder, okay, you're gonna be happy with any of this grinder. All
Oh
right,
yeah, I would say. I mean, I've
and
been
but
very impressed with all the DF stuff. I mean, obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but
mhm,
um, I've always been really impressed. Like, I have a Super Jolly over here, and
yeah.
when I got my first DF64, I was like, I don't know, I don't like the Bella look, and it's not like that classic Italian big grinder. And the first time I used it, I was like, yeah, I don't want the Super Jolly anymore. This works so much better. It has the ability to put the burrs in it that I want. Get a lot of just fantastic shots out of it.
By the way, you guys ever thinking about getting ground by weight?
Um, the manufacturer actually had one years ago and had a lot of
Okay.
issues, so I don't know how interested they are in that because keeping it inexpensive and working well is really tough.
It is.
Even like Eureka's grind by weights. I mean, they're okay. I would trust the Atom 75. I've used
Mm,
it, the grind by weight, much more than the Mignon one.
that's right. Yep.
It's just a little bit fragile in my opinion still. So it's a nice grinder. We'll see how they fare long term, but it's 55 millimeter for $800 or something. I mean, it's so expensive to where you can just weigh out some beans and
I
that's
mean, like, I have a Fianzado ground by weight. Okay, 64 millimeter birds in it, very fluffy.
Mhm.
They're amazing. Okay, I mean, I love it, but they're $1,300. You
Yeah.
know, so I know Eureka makes one's called what Libra or they're ground by weight. That's
They
about
have the Libra, which is
yeah,
it's kind
800.
of like a mignon, a bigger
Yep,
mignon, and that's the one that I was referencing that
that's
I'm
right.
not
Yeah,
a huge fan of. They have
yeah.
they have a 75 grind
Hmm.
by weight now too, and it's like 16 or $1,700.
Yep, exactly. So you gotta pay, right? You gotta pay the money to get the nice. I'm talking about pretty decent grind by weight grinder. So
And it's not
yeah.
gonna be grind by weight, but the grinder that I don't have here that I really like is
Oh,
the Windoogie
okay. Oh
Zero
yeah.
Two.
They're
And
connected to the machine, right?
eventually, I don't have the board yet. I
Yeah.
think it might be coming today. I'm not sure. I have a random package coming today.
So
Uh,
they're gonna automatically adjust for you, isn't it?
it can do a couple different things. You see, it's not going to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but just so you can see, and I don't have a scale with me, but you can
Okay.
connect a Bluetooth scale.
Yep.
The single dose, what this does is when you have a profile, like you can see this has the scale,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have another one off to the side that's going to be your grinder. So when I load this curve, it's going to say, do you want, if you run this curve, it's going to change your grinder size automatically.
That's right, automatically. Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty exciting. And then the last thing, which I have not seen much of. And I know it's kind of a work in progress, but it's this link grinding. So let's say you're pulling this shot and you have it at, I usually run like 60 to 70 microns for espresso.
Okay.
It might say it ran for this shot, it ran a little bit fast. Maybe change it to 68 microns versus 7. And it's going to give that suggestion. It can actually go and pair that. And as your beans age, it's going to say if this is the same bean and they're getting a little bit older and a little bit drier, they're going to pull differently. And it's going to say maybe move it by like 1 or 2 microns every few days. So we'll see how this works. Unfortunately, I don't have the module to use it yet.
Okay.
But as soon as I get it, we're going to be all in on that.
You know what? I mean, I'd like to have you on again, maybe the next couple of weeks. I do want to talk to you more about your Windoogie.
Yeah, this one's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah.
I've sold my quick mill. I'm sad to see it go. I mean, I have how many espresso machines around, but really, really love the Windoogie.
I know.
You can use it
Yeah.
really basic, or you can go
Yeah.
really advanced. But even the advanced, you play with it for a few days. It's really not that hard to change anything. I mean, it's just really a matter of like there's a 9-bar flat. Sorry about the lights. There's a 9-bar flat, and here's one. It looks kind of crazy, but I really like this curve. It makes a really complex espresso shot. So it's that simple to change profiles.
That's awesome.
But then it's standard espresso machine. It's not thermoblock. It's boiler.
That's right. That's the boiler. You know that I mean, I like the thermal block one too. Like decent. You know, you can. They're a lot more precise temperature wise.
Yeah, they can be.
Yeah.
Because you can more quickly adjust the temperature on the fly.
What's the
This one
price
you
on that
can
one
adjust the
right now?
temperature pretty easy, but it's a boiler. It's not a thermoblock. So it's not going to change the same way.
Is that $2,400 right now? 28?
No, I think introductory tank only with no tablet is 2,800.
Okay. And then with the tablet, what, a couple $100 more? 3
Tablet's
grand?
like $200.
Okay, so you're looking at 3,000.
If you want the direct connect, I can tell you real quick.
Yeah.
But comparing this to like a lot of these $3,000 machines, like a Lillette or something, man, I'm really a huge fan.
I mean, again, and because I used to love Lillette, and now I don't know. I'm having a little reservation. Okay, for the price right now. All right.
Direct connect is 3,200.
Okay, 3,200.
Tank only is 2,899.
Okay.
And like this is my iPad. I actually forgot the tablet at my house because I have another one at home.
Okay. So which one give you a better response, iPad or your?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter.
Make any difference now.
Okay.
These Android tablets, they're really nice tablets.
Okay.
Really nice. I mean, kind of makes me scratch my head why buy an iPad, but I do like my iPad stuff too. So,
by the way, I'm gonna shout out to Joe's on the live chat. Hey, Joe, congratulations on your newborn. That's a big deal.
Yeah, Joe had his baby. His wife had his baby. Joe didn't.
That's right. Yeah. So I think he
had Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has 4 kids now. So yeah.
Congrats, 3 girls buddy. And a boy.
Man, I know you're gonna get busy. You're gonna get busy there for a while. You're gonna get busy. All right,
he said you're on the list, Toon, so I guess you'll get one eventually.
Yeah, eventually. That's okay. All right, because right now my main machine is a Gallatin here at the shop. So
not the Korean one.
Korean one at home.
Korean one at home. Oh, yeah, that is true. It is at your house.
Yeah, the Manus. Yeah, I mean that is again. I mean the Korean build. I'm biased, right? I'm biased to Korean build. They're my people.
Yeah.
Is a lot more refined. Okay, they're a lot more little tighter. Okay, but I mean they're both great machines. So I mean people are watching right now. Yeah, we are talking about absurd amount of money comes to coffee gears, but once you're getting into hobby, I mean, this is pretty fun hobby to getting into. Okay, yeah, pretty fun hobby to getting into. All right, buddy. I'm gonna talk to you next week. I'm gonna talk to more
Okay,
about
yeah,
your
we'll
Windoogie.
schedule something a little bit
Okay.
better for the
Yep.
Windoogie next week, and I'll be dialed in. Hopefully, I have this thing for the Milo. That'd be pretty
Okay.
cool, and
Okay.
I could
Yeah.
learn how to use
Yeah.
that. Someone's
Sounds good.
asking. This machine is going to be coming in black soon, so
Yep.
don't have any pictures of it. And it'll have like your chrome group head, but the body will be
Yeah.
black. So
Good. Perfect.
it's gonna be looking really good.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you later, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Okay,
Thanks,
so
everyone.
that's the Barrett from Turin grinder and also espresso outlet as well. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, I cannot wait. If you are thinking about buying CF, okay, comes CF, get the black one. Okay, I like the color black. That unless if you have a white machine at home, but I mean, can't go wrong with either grinder. So if it comes to a 4-over grinder, I mean, all the touring grinders in US, and I mean they're fun. They're fun grinder to have. Again, big thanks to Espresso Outlet to send me this one to review. Not even review, kind of like show you guys as well. And I'm gonna start making some coffees with it next week. Okay, and let's compare. Let's compare two grinders, and also I do want to compare with the DF83 too. So we're gonna have some fun with it. Okay, guys. See you guys next. See you guys. Yeah, tomorrow.